G'day guys and girls, welcome back another year, 2023. So officially I'm still on holidays, but I've come in a little bit early just to help the guys. We've got Macy's 300C back in the shop, and I asked him last year, can we put another camshaft in his car for the third time round, as we want to try and keep all our back-to-backs on the same car, and he was, nice enough to allow us to do it. So we've gone from a stage 1 comp cam to the stage 2 comp cam, and now we've just gone with the Cammotion Titan 1. So at the end, what we're looking for is basically the best cam, gives us the best sound, the best power, and try and tick all the boxes. And the only way to do that stuff is to do your own development, and don't believe what everyone else tells you. Do it for yourself and learn yourself what works. So here is the results. As you can see, with the comp cam stage 1 no spring, or NSR as people know it as, it's a 218, 228. It made 374 kilowatts, 626 Newton meters, which is awesome. Good camshaft. I would still recommend this camshaft to people if they're looking for something that's got a really smooth idle. Like, it works well, it makes good power. It's a good upgrade. You can put it in without having to upgrade your valve springs. However, there is a point where you got to say to yourself, how old are the springs? These cars are already having issues with lifters and so on. So, there comes a point where you've got to change your springs. So this cam fits into a category where if you don't want to change your springs and the car's low enough Ks, yep, go for it. It's a good cam. But then if you want a little bit more, you go to the comp cams, which is a stage 2. So it's a 222, 230. Awesome cam again. So 378 kilowatts, 642 Newton meters. And if you look at the dyno sheet, which I've gone through on my other ones, the mid power is a lot better. It's bleeding off a bit of cylinder pressure, which helps us to add a bit more ignition timing and so on. There's obviously a lot more involved than just adding 1 degree of timing here and there. There are other things in the background that we are doing. These are a VVT engine, and we are still using the VVT, even though people recommend to lock it out. We are still using it, and this is the whole purpose of the test that we are doing. And then now the new camshaft, which is your Cammotion Titan 1. So it's a 221, 227. The two camshafts, the comp cam and the stage 2 Titan, and so on. Both those camshafts have got, the Cammotion's up around the 600th hour on the lift, and the comp cams I think is about 580, and then I think the stage 1 is like 400 and something. So quite a fair bit of differences in lift, and obviously these numbers don't tell the true story. There's a lot more in the numbers in the back end, but the general public or the general masses, this is what they're essentially looking at. So we'll just try and keep it in mechanical English, not engineering English, so try and keep it simple for everyone. Impressively 387 kilowatts, 664 Newton meters. Awesome, really good. And as you can see, it's the blue line, which is the new Titan camshaft. That's pretty much on from the whole way and holds it the whole way. So our torque is up, our power is up. We've got a nice smooth power band. Not taking anything away from the comp cam stage 2, because that's got a nice beautiful curve as well. But as I said earlier, what we are looking for is a camshaft that has a really nice cam sound, not over the top, not fumey, has good street manners, drives like a normal car, because you don't want a car like this. It's a nice luxury car. You don't want to completely ruin it. Has performance, ticks all the boxes with no trade-off. We don't want trade-off. That's making cars ugly and yuck to drive. So one good thing to note is that even though Cammotion do actually recommend that you run this cam in a locked out position on the VVT, we actually did a proper piston and valve test, and we went through it all and checked all the motions, and you can actually get away with running the VVT limiter in place. It is a comp cams make it, and a few other companies do make them as well. But yeah, we are still running the VVT on this engine. There is some tuning that is required to obviously maximize and make it better, which obviously plays a big role in what happens here in the top end RPM range. So if you don't run the cam limiter, you're going to lose around sort of 10 kilowatts, 10 to 15 kilowatts, I think I worked out in the end. It pretty much just comes up here and then completely just rolls off. So if you want to maintain that power, and who wouldn't, leave the VVT in there. But be warned, you do need to tune it quite smartly and be all over it, because if you're not, you could possibly run into issues. But we have done a piston and valve test. There is ample clearance there, but like everything, you need to test and just measure things. It's when things start to get close, you need to be on top of it. And I'm not saying this is close to the point where it's dangerous, but just because I say it's got good piston and valve clearance, another engine could be different. So you just don't take it for gospel. Always check and measure these things. Like any engine, you should put a degree wheel on it, check your piston and valve, do it properly. You want to make sure yourself that it is good, because sometimes you believe what you see on YouTube and you can have a disaster at the end. So, but anyway, it is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to scare people off, but just be careful when you do it. So that's the end result. Super happy with it. We do have one more camshaft that we do want to try, but I'm absolutely confident this camshaft is going to kill the bottom end power. So I think this is about where we are now for our street stuff. So and obviously that's the torque curve in a much bigger scale, but you can see it's improves it massively. It's awesome. I'm super happy with it. We'll get it out in the street and do some test runs. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. I've got some dyno clips and an idle clip of it. Hopefully it works good. I am using my phone because all my gear is at home. But thanks again. See you next time.